Hey dudes, CI here. So I got two things to talk about this week, both of them kind of small. On Tuesday, I got a crown replaced in my mouth. It was fucking awful. Well, that's not true. It was fine at first. When I was at the dentist, they gave me a couple shots, so everything was all numbed up. They scraped the old crown out. They put the new crown in. They put some cement in there, a bunch of pressure, a lot of hands in my mouth, pressure on my tooth and my jaw. It was almost like being in a fight. All those things in my mouth and on my mouth were basically like someone punching me for about, an hour. And some people are used to that. Some people are tough, but I'm neither of those things. So in the end, here's the final result. The final result is I've got a new crown in there. Everything was just fine for a few hours, and then the anesthetic wore off. And oh my fucking God. I had about an hour and a half to 2 hours on Tuesday where I wanted to kill everybody and everything. It was awful. I'm not tough at all. I couldn't handle it. Finally, one of my roommates shows up and he's got like half a pill of Vicodin. So let's just say thank God for Vicodin. God bless the man who invented Vicodin. Second thing to talk about was this weird thing I did just last night. Tooth was totally fine at this point, so everything's great. And I go to something called a table read. This is basically where people do a play, except they're not up on stage acting out the play. They're just sitting at a table with the script in front of them, and they read the script. Now, I'm not an actor at all, but there's this guy who I sort of know who puts on plays that aren't really plays, just people reading a script. It's basically like a table read. And last night he had what he called a test read, which is the first go through on a new play. I don't know. For some reason, for these things, he doesn't use his actors for the test readings, just regular Joes like me. So anyway, I did it. I volunteered to do it, and it was fun. And I'll probably do it again. It was a nice way to spend a couple hours on a Wednesday night. Who knows? Maybe someday, maybe if I do a good job at it, this guy will be like, "Hey, you're actually pretty good. You should do the real shows," which I guess would be kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't much matter. It was a fun time last night, and if I only did it for one night, that's cool. If I keep doing it, well, maybe someday I'll tell you more about it. It'll turn from test readings while sitting at a table to something more. Who knows? So those are my two things this week. A day of pain and a fun night last night. All right, guys. I'll talk to you next week.